This is what life is like in a typical Siberian town. We're going to be going shopping in this video. We're also going to be showing you more about our town because I realized a lot of you guys might be new subscribers and you've never really seen a real Siberian town. So stick around so you see some landmarks and enjoy the beautiful views of our sun. Let's go. Hello. We are going shopping and today it's very cold. It's about -20. You can see my son is in shorts. My wife is in her under clothing like I am. We're showing you what we wear under. It's not too cold. -20 is not actually too cold. You don't have to wear a sweater. You can wear your jacket. We're going to take you on this shopping expedition. We're going to show you what it's like to live in a small Siberian town. We live in one of the coldest areas in the world. The coldest capital of the world is in Mongolia, which is about 55 minutes plane flight from here. So we are in a cold area and you're gonna get to see how we do simple things like going shopping, what it looks like. So now it's time to get dressed. All of us three are gonna get into our outside clothes and you're gonna see what that looks like, okay? Let's go. For me, I have my sweatpants. I'll put my sweatpants on. And then usually all I wear is this like gator neck, this neck protector, and this beanie. And then I put my jacket on. So we'll have Ksenia get dressed and then Felix will be dressed and we'll head out. But this is really all we need. -20 honestly is not that cold. I've said it many times. It gets colder here, -30, -40. I've felt it before, and this is all the protection I'm going to need. Obviously, I'll also have my gloves. And by the way, there's been videos about people having to like they say tuck this in, which is really weird to say. Like this is the correct way of wearing these jackets. I'll tell you right now, if you tuck this in here in Siberia, your face is going to freeze and absolutely just hurt you. It's going to burn of coldness. This is to stop the wind. It's a windbreaker. It's also to grab the humidity on the hairs. This fur is supposed to be on the outside. If you're using this and you're watching those TikTok videos or Instagram reels and you're actually falling for that and using your jacket this way, you're gonna have a bad time.
Honestly, for me, it's the same. I have sweatpants which warm inside too, and I have warm sweater. I like style like this, and of course I have my beanie, my scarf, and gloves. Because without gloves, I have really warm like this, because I'm a really cold person, and I have my jacket, and that's it.
Our son's jacket and the way his costume looks is very similar to Ksenia's color. And this is how comfortable he is. He's in there and he's getting ready to, I'll close this up and then we'll put it on his stroller and we'll get going. But this is essentially what we dress like for -20, -25 with winds. We're taking a small walk before we get to the store so we can show you some of the surrounding things. That's how Ksenia looks pushing Felix in there. He's really nice and cozy, huh?
Yeah, he protects really good from wind and cold.
And actually it's a little warmer than we thought. Not quite -20 now, although it is getting a little cooler. The sun is completely blocked back there. During the winter here in small towns, we're heated by burning of coal. How do you guys get warm in your countries? Let me know in the comment section. We do it by burning coal. So the air is a little worse than it is supposed to be like in summer. We're at the local park where they renovated. All of this is new. And you see they put benches. This is where the memorial is to the people who fought and fell in the Great Patriotic War and also the conflict in Ukraine. We're gonna look at that memorial once we get there, but we're just enjoying a peaceful walk to the store right now. And you can see everything is frosted. It's been like this for at least 2 months now. We've been in winter. There's a good example of, by the way, how the sun gets blocked out. That is one of the energy hubs where they burn, and it makes the electricity heat up the water. This is a better example of how the air gets polluted here, but this is just the way small towns do it. Again, let me know in the comment section how you guys heat your houses. This is why we're warm in winter in Siberian apartments and many apartments all over Russia. My town is 2 times heroic. This is what I call Sludanka, twice heroic town. You can see the monument there for the fallen for the Great Patriotic War. It's a beautiful statue. And here behind me on this wall are all of the names of the fallen in the Great Patriotic War. And this is the first time heroic was for this conflict. Our town gave a lot of heroes to the Great Patriotic War, as you can see on that monument there on the memorial. Now we're going to see in closer detail the memorial for the men who have fallen and have become heroes of the Russian Federation over there in the memorial for the conflict in Ukraine. And this is a statue that was made for the men who have fallen in the in the conflict in Ukraine. You can see his gear is a modern gear. He even has the symbolic Z or the Z there on his chest plate. And behind are the names of the men who have fallen in the conflict. And the reason why I say it's twice heroic is because we have these memorials for these two big wars. Thanks to the heroes of both conflicts, the Great Patriotic War and the conflict in Ukraine, for giving Russian people what they have now, especially right now. My son, who was born in Russia, is going to be raised understanding that there was men and women who fought for his it's not freedom, but I wouldn't say just freedom. I would say just for his existence, the life that he's going to have in the future is because of the great sacrifices that come from past generations. And I won't let him grow up without understanding that there were sacrifices for him to have the kind of life that he has. You know, in America, we say, oh, he fought for his freedom. He fought for my freedom. But I feel that in Russia, it's not just the freedom thing. It's not just the freedom. It's the life. The Russian soul must live through sacrifices that have been made like that. The men and women who came before have made it so that little Felix Alexander there can have a beautiful Russian soul and live a happy life. We're making our way out of the park and into the store, going to the store now. The thing about small towns is this is the only road in, this is the only road out of our town. It goes there towards the mountains. This is Ulica Lenina. One of the biggest landmarks in my small town is the only banya that exists. Now, for about $5, you can stay in the banya, which is, for you Westerners, a sauna. You can stay in there all day if you want. That's the one charge for all day, is about 375 rubles, something like $5. I'm not sure about the conversion, but this is the banya. Have you guys ever been to a banya? Have you ever visited a small town banya? Let me know in the comment section. Again, this is a landmark for any small Siberian town. Now, another beautiful thing about small towns is some of these buildings get colored, painted rather, in interesting colors. And in the dead of winter, such small towns are really nice, and they're really soothing to the eyes and really relaxing. There's no traffic here. You're not going to be hearing a lot of honking. It's just Ksenia walking down the street with our son in a peaceful Siberian afternoon. Yes, it's cold, but when you have the appropriate gear, it's nice. And all you hear is the sound of the wheels on this thing. Maybe my feet on the snow, maybe not. Ksenia is on the ice. They fill up the stadium with water every year. You can see there's kids ice skating. This is where Ksenia taught me how to ice skate in one of our early videos. And I think she's gonna teach Felix, Alexandra how to ice skate in the future. A lot of the kids come here and play. They fill up the entire stadium with water, and it's an ice skating ring now. By the way, if you haven't seen those early videos, we invite you to go look at the beginning, oldest videos on our channel. You just go to our page, then you go to videos, and then you put sort by oldest, and you can see those early videos. If you see this video up to this point, and you end up watching one of those old videos, let me know, okay? Thank you. Also, a lot of people think Russia's perfect. I'm not talking shit about my town, but a lot of Westerners don't come to small towns like this because they like that fancy life. For me, it's about building up the community, and this might not be the nicest, and it might not be the best looking, but I'll make it my mission to fix the things that I can and teach my son to live in a better world, and hopefully he does great things. He's in there nice and peaceful still. The foundation on these buildings are falling apart. I think they don't have a lot of years left. These are Soviet buildings that were built for the workers who worked on the train road. This is a train road town and mining town. Small towns have a lot of these small magazines, like mini magazines. But we're going to a bigger one called Khleb Sol, and you can see the sun is setting over there behind the marble quarry. We're still walking to the store. This is an old Siberian style housing, these wooden houses. Oh, there's a buhanka. There's nothing more Russian than that, a random buhanka and one of these old Siberian wooden houses. These are houses that came with instructions. Each piece of wood had a number. A lot of them still keep their original building numbers, like Legos. Final stretch. Ksenia's gonna do the shopping. I have to stay out here with Felix. She's gonna get the things that we need. Here's the weather up here. What the streets are looking like. This is a really old house. And that's the Khleb Sol that I was talking about. in the winter, these little playgrounds for the kids stay so empty because the kids are out there ice skating, they're doing winter activities. So these playgrounds get emptied out, and you can see the different types of Soviet buildings and Russian buildings. I think these are newer, so these are Russian, but I think the Soviets built these over here on the left, while the Russians built these. Yes. And the thing is, people will make fun of Soviet buildings, but I think the Soviet building looks much nicer than this Russian one. Looks just like a normal block house. Well, this at least has a balcony to come out and breathe from. So you can see the difference between Russian and Soviet. Now it's so cold. I had to put my freaking hood on. I don't recommend you guys listening again to that trend of putting this fur inside. It doesn't make any sense. This is keeping my face warmer because the wind is not going straight to it. You can see the hairs are moving. It's doing its job. Now it's time to check on our boy and see how he's doing. He's still in there. He's safe. No problem. Oh man, it's crazy how insulated this thing is. Look at him. Stretching now. I'm gonna put him to sleep. Well, that was a walk to the store in a normal Russian town. How do you feel?
I'm cold. You can see my face became red. But it's really nice because it's fresh air and nice walk with family. It's all time good.
We hope you enjoyed it. Our son is already sleeping. We're gonna shut up and we'll see you on the next one, okay?
Bye.
Bye.